Alright, emambi engiya andonsia soro mwanchumo ligereria Okisi TV. Karibu sana asomorobere bwenyoni emambi ya lero ne juma ne yeshitariki sana isatumutinyi no yoga tano na kabere omwaka no bwechiri bubere na meronge bere netano nabutukura bokometa basubati no bolembo kidogo gakira bono lende option teyo kolende. Karibu sana asomorobere bwenyoni this beautiful morning tukosaba kwa bera kunyara konyoro kidogo kolende na mange sana twabiri to kunyara ko bariganeria ngalieti ya gasi gorogi nkagirite likubango boka narengeri yerete mambi ya lero but here we are. Ultimately, how was the experience yesterday? Nkwali ngegati abali babete bakunyara wesokia ekikiagere toka soka sokurubikana ninki keiga abose nambenene yabasai bado babiri bakunyara kwene kugogosiria magimabo abande kubekwa byara na babere ko bakunyara ko bwatwa nechinguru bataranyara gutoka kolende emambi ya lero mwensi. Karibu sana rutobeto kunyara gusanga asubwamo na ayo negati yaria turachi kunyara koba to kunyara gukwanira this beautiful morning. Joan Kwamboka is my beautiful name. Director Shadi nere tukugwaterana nere kurwa sinse mende yesterday kurukunga Shadra Kangwenyi all the way. All right, thank you so much. Karibu sana eritubeto kunyara gusanga asobwamo na ekereturachi kunyara ko bato kunyara gusanga asobwamo mambia lero ndo kunyara ko ligerelinga egati yali agenda tokolekana ime ye county ya Kisii ne county ya yale county nero nkugani indigi pace ndigi foundation ndigi stability nyua mate manya ko tebe county ya Nyamira we ngaivota kali 0768719470 nere namba yesimi ye studio naboko nyara konga kiresimi ko sontomere mesmesa sokunyara gusangana inche emambi ya lero na ekereto kunyara gukwanera ekyo notere live asemitandao au live Facebook tukutoka buna Kisii TV ntobata Instagram TikTok amuna X account buna Kisii TV website ningere www.kisitv.co.ke. Karibu ritobeto kunyara gusanga asobwamo. Good morning Joan nonye tole ase Black Tuesday abange bakura samandamano ga Kenya ito no gukumi sana. Of course, no way, no konene. We are going to have part of that conversation this morning. In fact, the better part of this morning na kikito kunyara kukwanera igoro yeli tukeligalia sabasaba at the same time nyuranga Gen Z wanaanzianga around 1998 partly 97 98 mostly 99 2000 2001 2 3 4 5 6 7 I think kufika hapo Gen Z ndo wanachezea hapo 10 years gap gusepa ka 2008 ndo utasema Gen Z kurwa hapo. I think ni Gen Alpha. Okay, no, someone told me Gen Z wanaenda mpaka 2020 if I'm not wrong. Yeah, I think someone told me until 2020 ndo Gen Z wanaenda. So ekereto kwanira basaya baiga ba Gen Z konye mbara iburu wekere saba ego chaka. And according to the history, muna tuwata beti kuri saba ya chagete 1965. Kuru 1965 ega chakwe kemi ya Kenya 1991. Which means nona basa bega basa ogetenga Gen nga saba they weren't born yet. But what were they fighting for? Chances chio kunyara konyora ekigaba kuruwanerera nchiro. Oyo kuba ekigaba kuruwanerera ningo. Ababaralire ningora tukunyara kubainyora. That is part of the conversation because it is very sad, especially kitwaro chikekolikana ase a county ya Nairobi. Anyway, I'm so loving this morning because nonyoba yirukanga Black Tuesday nebwa tamange ayutura tukunyara kuba to kunyara gusanga na kemuranche kerito gusanga monge nonye namaya emambi ya lero because we can't be crying this much from a country ama in a country that we were born and raised, and here is where our lives will be for the next for all our life most probably. Victor Sabonsi magota kotebe wifi ya South Mogrango Nyandi wa Salams Club Neri sase na umike muntu Jared Ure Mature tembo suringia Isaac Omweno Musai Permanent Victor Mondo Miyenda Grace Ombati Honorable Fredo Seka Jackson Kinara Linet Mokogoti Boviero Keri Esther Modikai namba nene y'abantu Joan Kwamboka bonsi pako mwego bw'abanyabando bonsi basoe asomoroberio emambi yalero anda ekarato kunyara kusanga asubwa masomoroberio bwenyone mwancho muligerio Kise TV ngotebiguno ena somo cy'ubusongo. It wasn't business as usual gekogera nigo mono nigo gekogera gose egekogera abasaye mbaro babwate amatimo numwanya korana amatimo gusi karati gango mwamwire amatimo atoke imwe cy'ubusongo because amatimo arenga usichinsara natebetigo chinsara mutebwa basaye mbaro bara mamete town kabisa babwate chinsara barenge kubara barabanya nyimbo nga yamatima akuru imwe cy'ubusongo because I would like to understand that part. Rogers Nyariki akotebanga kuru Amsterdam, Netherlands, watching live Kisi TV na Kemi Phyllis Aiden Nyariki kwa Bekire Maya Nyariki Anthony Ragori Kirubo Pande Elvis Upande Omongi na Mocheche Ritunda Green Omoikoyo Junior Dichoni Mayaka Lameko Buba Nyarombe Kaka Junior Chairman Yeji Radio bonsi goika wakoteba mpaka Omonyenye na Muate ya igene tambe busamaro Nyamira County kwa babikira somoro perio Teresa hake muntu na kororire onte kwa kire Joan korukaratina notoramo biyamono kigima karibu ritobeto kunyara gusanga asobwa mwasomoro biribwenyo karatina baba okurobeka nankwale ngororo na kiamanga arenga se ground because by the way surprisingly county kuna Migori it was very calm and business as usual kende tige kole kaneti nani ngakia korko kumuchere ngakise banya boda yarenge you can tell me Migori County how was it I'm told it was calm kama maji ya lake inakuanga kama ngoko yaligire kurwa gutu mwinali akiretenga that is what we are about to talk about this morning, but I'm loving it. Karibu sana eritobeto kunyara gusanga asobwamo nekereto kunyara kuligerelia anemono asomoro biribwenyone abantu genda se county Nyamira tuganyere to mogeni ito emambi ya lero oyura chikunyara kuika se studio ritobeto kunyara gusanga igoro ya mandamano ajuba betega kunyara gukorekana emeyen singima abulit kuri igoro chikunyara gukoretera chi updates au kurwa search nsemo au alright kolende ase county ya Nyamira nigo egekaro kya betega kunyara gukorekana ase assembly ya Nyamira bwo litko ria igoro na egekare kikakebete kunyara gukorekana aba MCA 10 asegati ya 12 be bunge ya Nyamira litko ria Jumatatu nego babete bakunyara kumata mayega yomonogeri bwe bunge yitadius Nyabaro ko uralia amabaga abo koba ase ayanigo agocha magigaye committee ya powers and privileges kubanyora abMC abaiga ndama mocho ya ogotaikirana asebikaro byebunge yo chintunde sana isato na gwetania chingaki baetwe ribaga ne committee yo kwerwanirira na gusaba amabera egento kiabasenyete ababunge 10 baiga ba gose abMC abaiga banyamira egati abMC abo babete bakonyara kurusugwe meremo goskunyara kotenigwe meremo emenye county ya Nyamira mbabere abo babere bakonyara wakerwe kura 2 elected oyoro MCA bwe ward yeli goma Nyambega Kisesa amono MCA bwe ward ya Bokera ward Joel Mbongi aba MCA abachore Martha Marwa Delia Nyankangi Beatrice Onyancha Edina Obara, Jane Rose Nafula, Honorable Elijah Abere, Lydia Busire, Zipora Matunda. Na ase enambeyega mbaro babere na inde, au babe tuwa kunyara kwegwe suspension, yebi karo birenge biga 7 sittings, that is 60 days, 2 months. Honorable Abel Mukaya, Honorable Lamek Sikwea enana. Na ubabe tuwa kunyara wakwa suspension. Ndo chugeiga Yvonne Muriasi Nairobi taka kunyara gwikirana asa chinsemecho na kunyara gutwariganiria oroboti uriga senchira yobwikirano.
Komiti yetenderete richika sebunge asencherende County Assembly on Powers and Privileges nigo yanyora okomocha saba MC 12 amatuka makaeta asoko mochebi karoweta ne 5 na 3 ekaro munyakerogo bwe kamiti eyo arwe birengererio bwe kamiti ya maiga yaba MC yaba goikabosyo bwabo kwerwanerera.
Members willfully abandoned their duty to sit at the County Assembly of Nyamira, even after the Senate had given an advisory that they resume duty at the County Assembly of Nyamira, and others, even after the judgment rendered on 4th June 2025, had not reported back to work.
Usibwe bunge yo asege karogia special sittings egatia bakagerwa aboni go barwe birengerero byabo.
If this report was to be adopted as it is, that in the Constitution Article 171, that the House cannot run with more than 2/3 of one gender. It means after this, if at all it stands like that, then this House ceases to transact business because it is not properly constituted. Thank you.
Speaker, when Jesus was crucified, was on the cross, also other 2 sinners came on the speaker to be crucified with him. And in this honor speaker, I'm seeking your indulgence and you find a space that let us not die we are alone. Even those who have been fueling Bume Machinana on the speaker, the excellent. May we be crucified with them, the excellent on the speaker. The head of treasury on the speaker, who are just engineering on the speaker. Allow us not to die alone. On the speaker, allow also to be part of this.
Maiga yayo monogeribwe bunge yo Thadiuza Nyabaro nigaruko na cha asaba MC komigatia 12 basiri birogo byabo.
Of the report of the Committee of Powers and Privileges on the conduct of honorable members of the County Assembly, I wish to inform the House that the motion shall not be put into question. Honorable members, exercising the powers bestowed upon the Speaker and the office of the Speaker, honorable members, the force or the effect of Section 17(3)(e) of Powers and Privileges Act 2017 shall take effect on the one Honorable Abel Mose and is suspended from the County Assembly plenary committees and the committee sittings for 7 sittings. The effect of Section 17(3)(e) also of the Powers and Privileges Act 2017 will take effect on one Honorable Onyanja Lamek Square, that he shall be suspended from the County Assembly sittings for 16 sittings. Honourable members, the effects of Article 194(1)(p) of the Constitution of Kenya 2010 will take force on the following. The Honorable Nyang'ao Joel Mbongi, Okera Ward, Honorable Mama Mada Kerugo, Special Elect, Honorable Mosiere Lydia Nyaboke, Special Elect, the Honorable Onyancha Beatrice Kerugo, Special Elect, Honorable Kisesa Emmanuel Nyambega, Bigoma Ward, Honorable Abere Elijah Sawe, Special Elect, the Honorable Nyakangi Chelia, the Special Elect, the Honorable Rose Nafula, Special elect, the Honorable Matundura Spora Kerubi, and the Honorable Vara Edina Mora, Special elect. I request that the office of the clerk to do the necessary and advise accordingly and interpret the law for the other honorable members.
Aya niga chama igaye gatiaba MCA gochora gokorere bikaro bunge mashinani ribagaria magacho ye bunge kuripata Kisi TV kurwa sama magacho ye bunge ye county ya Nyamira nche Yvonne Muriasi
gamba boli ino mangana iga Nyamira abaro siribuna ndo seti. Let me just ask straight to the point. Amangana aya genda to korroka ni Nyamira aya mwategereire inu nabaro seti bunando seti because amangana Nyamira na yakwanire mpaka tukaletera abeshimiwa gaiga si studio paka na arosire tumetinga ngayo molembora chikutoka anemona se county ya Nyamira kurende aba MCA mbarombe gite standby omumsibwe ward yerigoma nyambega gisesa unega tia bali babete bakunyara gutenene gwemeremo na tutebinga kiapete akunyara ku receive the same information tochko kwa nere gwitira se namba yesimi ante bimwe chitaikankego abiga kunyara kuyarigania kuboka emambi ya lero na chinga kiechicho ninchi konyara gutwara umwe MCA omochore Michelle kurwase county Nyamira nainde urumu wakili achikonyara gutotebinga enseme yigali yeli chikonere yiga batumiete na ngakibaikere tokona chiroko and how it is going to affect them. What are the defenses batakiri gutwara gose riaeli rebono ria rure. That is part of the conversation this morning. Turachikunyara gusanga asobwamo. Alright. Ayonkorwa ase county Nyamira na temere kumwekera umo senator okongo mugeni korende bado tinda munyora because is still an oversight nero tendete oversight ase county Nyamira na MCA bamenya ko bayinse yae I don't know gose bono urangi irigi kare ase assembly abe gabakotebanga nabo ateri bagase assembly abiga kunyara wekanya ya sokunyara gusanga nabaiga. That is part of the conversation this morning. Kitara kunyara gusanga asobwamo korende amangana sabasaba ntujabwata soko bako gwituga yakonte bi Joan ne chinsara tuanya chinsara ga kia sebosongo aya na mangana makogimigori county nigo yale buja kigima abantu nigo balega sibuna botambe wewe maandamano ilikuwa mali ulikuwa. Let us talk about it this morning. Inu mwaro cha mangana mwaro cha mugakuminga wa njenaro chinsara bosongo ngakuminga wa lame komariba kote Bluetooth senior kurumara ni bochi pamoja Jonas Bundi amenya akote banga kurwa Karen Nairobi gwikanya isabu gichora nwale akobwatyo moroberio koru Karen maeneo ya Nairobi. Are you guys okay? You know, anyone who says in Nairobi County, kindly just confirm with us. Are you okay? Are you safe? Is your family okay? Is your family safe? Especially abantu bare Kitengela. Maybe you have someone who stays in Kitengela. Nkumwakirande simi. Egere manye gusaba abantu ba Nairobi, how are they? Embusunengiya kurubonchari bo mwanchani kondani. Thank you so much. Aso kunyara gosoa asomorobiro. Natasha Mcute koruka nyimbo nere toto la Kisii. Nancy Ungiri ni kondani following you live. Asante sana. Abega negatia bali bagendrete kubwatia omorobirio gwenyoni emambi ya lero abantu barondaga niko bakira anemono. One of the youths that I know who's usually active ekeregwe ikira amangana ya maandamano na inde amenyeta se county ya Nairobi. I'm going to call him too because ninte tukumanya as a ground. Let me see if he was there but ningumu sana akose. I can't seem to find him, but ndochikonyara kumwakire simi atotebinga nki no arenga samandamano nekere arenga samandamano. What happened? What is the picture that was on the ground? Amana ngeta to na isane muno chabu tukire igoro yechinsa 12 chabono mambia eketoko kwanera anemono nigoro yokurubikana kwabeto kunyara kokorekana abuo ritko ria igoro ime county ya Nairobi na chi county chinde au asokurubikana kwabeto kunyara kwenekigwa na tumeti kutoka utawala mihango watching live Linet Mokogoti Bobiro baba. Are you okay? Abantu ba utawala, is there any harm that happened? Mungani gusanga na intu mambia lero ninchikunyara koleta esimiane very stand by tubeto kunyara gusanga Victor Sabonsi Magoto Otebi waswastomoroberio wako pamoja. Thank you so much director. Togende asinsemo ye gazeti ya what gazeti ya the Standard. Wacha tuanze na the Standard gekera tubwati mange emambia lero. Alright, na ekara tukunyara kokwanera gazeti ya the Standard ligino roboti ruwaye Kevin Onkoba urwa wetega kunyara gotwariganiria a very special report igoro yeri tukeliga ria 77 na ekara tukunyara kokwanera tukeliga 77 ngakiria beteri kunyara gochaka. That is what we're going to talk about. Masorubege susuna koralira goteba watching live koruna Kuru City Salams Club. The Standard yechitariki sana setomutinyuga gatana kabiri. But I'm told kuna maandamano inaweza fanyika leo. All right, brute force. Once again, the government unleashed brute force on exercising their democratic rights on Kenyans. Okay, brute force on Kenyans exercising their democratic rights to protest. Sealing off the hand of major towns. There is a wire fences around State House, in and out of Mombasa and the Houses of Parliament, exposed leadership. I think there was a problem with editing gazeti pale mwisho. Leadership of citizens that it would rather confine them to their own and not listen their grievances. The police now seemingly President Ruto on one of the defense killed at least 10 Kenyans, adding to the mounting innocent lives lost. This crackdown comes just days after the economy is stable. Ruto is taking Kenya to a dangerous place. Peji ya kabere, peji ya gatato, peji ya kane, peji ya gatano, peji ya gatana limo, peji ya gatana kabere, peji ya kianda, peji ya gatana gatatu kianda, 10, 11, 12, 13. Every chance direct ukiscroll kidogo hapo chini, there is a youth shot dead. Na yune bunduki oroche kubwato kalisasi kabisa. Nakuru County is part of the places that maandamano ilikuwa imechacha. Maandamano ilikuwa imeshika ikashikamana. Omostoribwege susu. Are you okay? Please share with us this morning. Akonte binakuru City nigo yale ngebobe lakini tuwabokire buya. That is great. Notoe ebi chunk kick ground kiarenge if possible. Can I call you this morning? Because ningani wakera abantu chisimi anene mono chi county chiri amandamana abetega konyara go chacha buri tukurigoro. I would like to talk to you this morning. Kindly ase number ya studio 0768 719 470. Yune gazeti ya The Standard. That is what they're talking about. Brute force. But then aro chichi subaru tiro chia watu kichiwe teiga chikomora masasinga kuchimoina abantu baguturunga na buna chinyanya abana babande barengi gwiturunse buna tari cheche. Now kito kunyara gukwanira yega turagenda sensemendi studio Kevin Onkoba nabetika kunyara gutwariganiria oloboti igoro yeri tukeriga ria 77 tikango turategera asenchira yogo ikirano ya The Daily Nation.
Chitariki isa na ibere cy'umutinyo gatana kabere umwaka bwerwe mo chimikianda merongo kianda nigo ense ya Kenya yanyako bakego chakia umuroberio bwoko enekinga ense ya Kenya ngotwarere ebyame binge asensemeyo yamanyikantu na sabasaba nonabo abakenya bange nkwebori barenga sabasaba nkekeiga kurende sabasaba ne chingaki ense ya Kenya ya ganetigwe komboa nabo yokonekinga ebyame binge nkorosi gubire mnenchiremo yokonekinga obosibore bwabere bokonekigwa ime yense ya Kenya chingaki cy'uburayi bwaye umuske hayati Daniel Toroitich Arap Moi nigo ekiameke mo kiarenge asoburaye ekiamanyikante mna kanu sabasaba nigo ekonyirwa amuna bange chingaki abakenya babete bagweso kiamnenchiremo yokonekinga ekatiba yabereke okorwa amonchiru ligwanchira ebyame binge korosigwa ime yense ya Kenya mwako yo bwerwe mo chimikianda merongo kianda cy'umutenyo gatana kabere ime yense ya Kenya nigaba Kenya bange basangirikanite asensemelia kamukunji abwasabo igo chingaki chia omuske hayati Daniel Toroitich Arap Moi nigegati yabara bange babegetubyara egati yabo Charles Rubia Raila Odinga Kenneth Matiba abarenge egati ya baliba ganetie koane kinga ngokora bale amonchiro ye katiba elikone kinga ebyame binge byabiru bikorosigwa emergency ya Kenya chingaki hayati Daniel Toroitich Arap Moi abetika gukana okorosigwa kwebyame binge egento kyabitege kwirira abakenya bange gwesokia ase chinsemo ao na kurobekana nabo kwirira anamono okurobekana ukukura wa amona James Orengo Gitofu Imanyara nabo go Paul Muite ababete bakora okurobekana ukukwa korekana zitalike chisa nebere cy'umutinyo gatana kabere omwaka bwe mo chimikianda merongo kianda nonabo enyurenga kubatkana amo no korobekano koiga nigo ekatiba yabetege okorwa amonchiro na gwanchira ebyame binge konyako bikorosigwa emergency ya Kenya nonye umuske hayati Daniel Toroitich Arap Moi obetega kuanga ebyama ebinge konyako bikorosigwa aso korobekano kugwa korekanite omwaka 1990 nigo abantu emerongebere noyo mo basireti amagimabo nabande chiribu chia abantu nigo batigeretwe chingoma kubatkana amo no gusaga nibwa betebo koneki chingaki abanyimbo abarenge ase ensemeyo batemete konekinga abakenya mbaligo chigokora okorobekana achinsemo agentkerete korobekano gutindi kunyaka bokonekigwa ime yense ya Kenya nabo nigo omwako yo orabe konyako boko inyorwa go sterkecho nigo chiranyako bachiko inyorwa kera omwaka abu aseboigo ense ya Kenya ekonyako bake ko inyora bali bonsi babete bagusiria amagimabo bakurwanira okatiba kokorwa amonchiru libyame binge konyako bikorosigwa ime yense ya Kenya litko liarero chitariki mne chiga isana ibere cy'umutinyo gatana kabere omwako yo iga 2025 bakenya bange nigo baganiri Bakenya bange nigo barachikonya ko bagwesoke mnenchiremo yo kunyura litweliga chingaki abakenya bange babete bagwesokia na kugendera kurwanira obusibore bwoko barobwe byame binge goikaboniga nigo ebyama gwetani emerongo kianda byabiri bikorosigwa emergency ya Kenya
Woi, woi, sisi tunataka wamesema nini katiba ibadilishwe back in 1991. Now 35 years later, are you happy with what that is happening in the country? A gazeti ya The Daily Nation nero ntitukubika standby wosiobwane 77 erikire in red hotspots Nairobi, Kiambu, Kisii, Nakuru, Embu, Kajiado, Nyeri, Narok, Laikipia, Murang'a, Meru, Machakos, Kirinyaga, Uasin Gishu, Kakamega, Makueni, Nyandarua. Eyo nase gazeti ya The Daily Nation. Ebichebekire gabu ne abanyanyimbo. Yegana separa ya Nyeri Nairobi Highway ase tauni ya Karatina. ijua abananchi babete bakunyara gotongi na kunyara koyekumeka. 17 is the number of counties that reported protests. Big divide. All right? Drop in affected counties. Business as usual for Kenyans in many parts of the country. But Metropolitan and Mount Kenya counties hit hardest by the protests. All right? Death and destructions. 11 people reported dead and 10 injured as business premises in some towns are looted and burnt yet again. Police blockades. Security agencies seal off Nairobi CBD, block roads across the country, inconveniencing travelers and workers. Raila's prescription, ODM chief condemns police brutality, calls for intergenerational dialogue over burning issues to lead to a referendum. Peji ya kabere, peji ya gatatu, peji ya kane, peji ya gatano, peji ya gatano alimo, peji ya gatano na kabere, gatano na gatatu, amone peji ya ikomi. Raila Amolo Odinga. Na peteka kunyara gwesoki. Maiga yo kunyara kuirera, kunyara kuirera yo kunyara kuikira na segiti ya Kamkunji. Alionekana Serena Hotel. Abasa beta kunyara kukwana, kunyara kusababa sae. Baba kunyara kutwara generational dialogue. Echigane chinkwana chiae, director ntuwate chinkwana chiae Raila Amolo Odinga. Ekirarengo kwana kurwa sewo umubugani o Serena ime ya Nairobi County. Na eiga negatialia betega kunyara kukwanira.
At that time set off now to demonize the two members of parliament, the two former members of parliament, and in the process of course a number of very inflammatory statements were made even by some today politicians who are talking about democracy here. You go into the archives, you see the names and what they said at that time. So in the process, Kenneth Matiba came to look for me to arrange for a meeting between him and Jaramogi Oginga Odinga, who is my father. I arranged the meeting and then we met again. They met again with Mr. Rubia, Mr. Neko, and after lengthy deliberations, the decision was taken that they would be supported. At that same time, they sent the goons to Matiba's home the following day to attack his family. Matiba's wife was very badly wounded, Edith, and she was admitted to Nairobi Hospital when we went to see her. After that, we, myself and Kenneth Matiba and Charles Rubia made a statement in which we said we would go to Kamkunji to ask Kenyans if they were ready for multi-party. And we do it on the day of the 7th of July, that year, 1990. 7th of July, 1990. So after making that statement, we then now went on to mobilize for the meeting at Kamkunji. But then, of course, the police officers came to block us from meeting each other. They were stationed in my office at Ajib House, Matiba's office, up there on Koinange Street, and Rubia's office, and Paul Mwiche's, and Gibson Kamau Korea's. On the 2nd of July 1990, Matiba and Rubia were arrested and taken to detention. On the 4th of July, I was arrested and taken to detention. That same night, they arrested Gitobu Manyara. They arrested John Hamenwa. They arrested now Justice Mohammed Ibrahim. Paul Mwite went into hiding. Kamau Korea ran into American embassy and sought refuge. Kayoti Murungi was in Ethiopia and went to America. But that's how it was. But the International Commission of Jurists came up and made a very powerful lobby for the release of Hamenwa and Manyara, and they were released. As we remained in detention, and as you know, Rubia is the one who was falsely affected. He got a very serious infection, was taken to hospital. Eventually, he lost his vocal cords and was released. Matiba suffered a stroke in detention and was removed and eventually brought to Nairobi Hospital, after which she was then taken to London for treatment. That completely undermined his health permanently. And these two people eventually died because of not old age at that time, but because of the injuries they sustained while in detention. Many people, but in spite of our being detained, the Kenyan people braved
KCTV amandegere y'umugusi ine aino mwebuli kwaberegwe kwebolia ng'ayo mwana waragende eskuru ya Skyland Friends School yugotoka sichinsemo cha Getare na ryori chiburiao obyabo omwana wogosomera eskuru eye ng'amuna nigo babwato bosombe abalimu abo babwato bomanyi bwaigoro endagera nero amuna mache amacheno yokonywa babwate ebirasi bisaine school fees yabo nigo ekogenda muno mu buko bw'umwananchi obutambe na nigo ekobeka chinyigekero chingiyago chia sabana
Samali etangoro kwa Felix Mayaka Director Skyline Friends School Kisi ekotoka somo cy'obusongo yangeri bageri ntebe abayibuli bali bonsi pibarera n'abanaka bataite ko irabane school into Skyline to coordinate mwana from playgroup mpaka junior school we remain open obisito chiwe from Monday to Friday saa 2 cyamambya mpaka saa 10
samange bakiresimi wetrasi kinamba cyabo 0724 273 582 wase 0717 342 880 Skyline Friends School aiga no mwanogo aranyora masomo y'ebirengo bigoro. KCTV amandegere y'umugusi
Microphone check 哥们儿永远 number one， 不喜欢崩败的 star 赶紧靠边站，老子用纯正的腔调学习这帮 fake hip hopper， 没文化的 sucker， 写歌像狗专门，我戴着耳环引致敬前人在树的前辈 ，My superhero spell 让我始终保持纯粹，未知艺术家的真实生活让我受到启发，都别废话了，赶紧闭上嘴巴，我的麦克风是铁的，上面沾着血呢，只有紫色药水才能愈合我伤口的疤，别再只啪啪装肥棒，兜里只有紫水枪，没有那种生活，所以你们学的不像，都喜欢 hip hop。
ine kwabere gukurigia amachibu ya maruira aberiga kuguchanda senga kentambe totwara bwabo bono ekyagere duka ya customer based herbal clinic yachire neri chibu ya bene asokorentera mariogo arosire kurwa semete nobo manyibwe igoro nagwanchirwa gutumeka semebere ya moya banto okurwa sechinse ao buna India, China, United Kingdom, European countries, United States of America na yande kurwa sense ya Kenya. Amarioga abo nkubeni ara marire aho buna chi allergies, chi ulcer, amanyinga wakaigorose high blood pressure, arthritis, asthma, diabetes, endrume, fibroids, STIs na yanda mange. Banyore aseduka yabo egotoka segeswero gose main entrance ya Boss Farm Plaza egotoka katikati ya Kisii Blood Bank na Kisii Main Stage.
Intuka Soma Best Herbal Clinic toka Enyombe ngia ya Boss Farm Plaza ground floor no swaiga nditorege muge sieri goro antu wata marioko hapo dokura marire na arthritis, diabetes, high blood pressure, ulcers na mangaba amarego itali gorire insebuya oranyara no na koira togo tutera karibu
boigon nabo kubanyara gwetera sichi namba chesi mi 0710 540 968 gose 0733 990 052. Customer Best Herbal Clinic, your health is your wealth.
Kisii TV amandegere y'umuguzi
Getutum kere maiso omongina magomaniko atanje tionde wensi
ayabono ningu umaya you know me very well umaya bono njura kore
kwegererare familiae kurende abana baembe bwatetebuya senge oromo muromo nene
anagokunya kurantene kitoko mama wantelinga
na uyaro oromo muromo ke
hata ale town kabisa hata bwati ken eba kurana njara
Rio konyora ribaga ryo wesomia goseka na kwemanya rigere ryo murobirio yo wentingana imeyegete seni kiao gya chire nkuma imena isiko ya gusigia Kisii TV.
Aninkore omu is best.
Kura Jumatatu mpaka Alhamisi gochakira chinsebere ne nusu cy'amagoroba.
Kisii TV amandegere y'umuguzi
Edu Computers ni duka maarufu katika uuzaji wa kompyuta, laptops na mashini zingine nyingi kwa muda mrefu sasa. Wanapatikana katika mji wa Kisii katika jumba la Uhuru Plaza, ghorofa ya kwanza karibu na soko la Marikiti. Wanatoa huduma mbalimbali kama uuzaji wa laptop za brand tofauti, computer accessories, storage facilities kama flash disks, memory cards, hard disks, miongoni mwa huduma zingine nyingi. Pia wanafanya software installation na computer repair. Wanauza data transfer cables, mouse, laptop bags, power banks, earphones, keyboards na vitu vingine vingi. Aidha wanafanya CCTV installation na kuuza CCTV cameras za viwango vya juu mno. Maduka yao yanafunguliwa kila siku ya wiki kuanzia saa 1 asubuhi hadi saa 2 usiku, huku wikendi wakifungua siku ya Jumamosi kuanzia saa 2 asubuhi hadi saa 1 jioni. Kwa mengi zaidi wasiliana nao kwa nambari ya simu 0702 610 Watembelee Edu Computers upate huduma sahihi na ambao utafurahia.
CTV amandegere y'umuguzi.
Mbona chuki kati ya waumini?
Omwancho mwererea CTV ntaitengo kwanye na endengo tebe ngago nkoro kwa Yvonne Moriasi. Onko gendio moroberio koro kwa nga etarumbeta show ime ya CTV ne ramandegere y'umuguzi.
Bare bakorera korwa se chinyagetari. Bare bakogoswa na konyegeri wanomobe.
Kila ritu koria Ijumaa chinsa 12 cha magoroba wika chinsa 3 cha botuko na kila Jumamosi no moroberio nkoro kanga etarumbeta Jumamosi ushakira chinsa 12 cha mambia wika chinsa 5 na 2 cha mabato.
Yesu akainama akaandika kwa kidole chake katika nchi.
Ase esho ya nani yakoba nkoletera matera mansu yezdie yechikwa yabuna
The Glorious Choral
akaandika kwa kidole chake katika nchi.
Ikwaya ya The Ascending Ministers Choral.
Tunaweza kuwa na imani tukitenda mema, Mungu wa mbinguni atatukumbuka.
Ikwaya ya Magena Main Youth ne chinde chinyinge.
Ombi langu Bwana nifike kwako, ijapo njia zangu ni nyembamba.
Nyakoba nkoletera chikwaya ao erio manye omoganobo boigo nyakoba nkoletera umuroberio bwe lesson astoka nyakoba to gochangamwa gosego changanwa lesson ni me ya CTV amandagere yo mugusi kila ritukoria Juma na kila ritukoria Jumamosi.
Bakorera korwa se chinyagetari.
CTV amandegere y'umuguzi.
Ine no manyete buna
Eric General Suppliers
niho bakorosia ebinto asebirango bigoro ebyora nyore inseye kage chinsa E24 boigo nkorosia barena konia ebiro ebitanda amonechi local asechi skuru amonechi colleges nigo bagutumia chichuma chekerero echo chire eche chinguru mono Rusia obwoba igoro yamagori nigo bakonia kurengana nerigori ryo mubuko ogo
sasa marieta nkoro kweli kinyachoti omurwa korwa kemera gaiga sena omakorie biashara kemera market egasiane ngokora na yokonia ebiro gasi chi school nechi college birogo binde byonse bunebiga buna mubirigerereti nande tokoni isiko na ime yagusi
beka eoda yagorero ase okubakire simi ase number 0728 793 023
Ntutori konyara koba gokwo amagori ito na mororo amagori ito na yase itoga igagusi so nabona arenge kwira libageri kubaligani kabisa asobo kolerio bobwe.
Eric General Suppliers
richibu asebintebi ya byechichuma
CTV amandegere y'umuguzi.
Enyagitari ya HK International Medical Center nige gotoka imyomo cyobosongo nigo yakira sengencho yao nabo igo nige bwate abanyagitari bo bwato bomanyi bwigoroke gima abo bakora merimo yabo keboikeranu
incheno manyagitari eri nikemma obani korwa senyagitari ya HK International Medical Center irega igo mochito bosongo
boigo enyagitari ya nige bwate chi machines ching